Bob here again for AirDensityOnline.com, demonstrating the use of ProCalc for analyzing and setting up a current fuel injection setup. We left off with a pressure analysis to determine where to open a high-speed bypass. In previous videos we examined a difference in main bypass and a difference in high speed. I'm going back to my baseline profiles mode. I'm going to examine the second profile, which is a copy of the one that we were running. And I'm going to make permanent changes now in this based upon what we've learned. Coming down, the blower overdrive is the same. The blower size is the same. We're going to assume it's a worn blower. We're going to assume the new fuel pump. Okay, this was a 136 that we determined in one of the previous videos, so I'm going to change that to a 136, and this is a 40. I'm going to change that to a 40. And this is 5500, so I'm going to change that to 5500. Get baseline. Lo and behold, we have a 4:1 air-to-fuel ratio in our baseline profile. Now let's test this. Let's go up here to the air-to-fuel ratio calculator. Make sure we have the correct weather that we have. Get air-to-fuel ratio. And there's all of our numbers, all of our entries. Now that's a 90 psi system with the high speed open, and that's typical of what people run. All right, now we're going to evaluate certain things. Let's put our blower up to 98%, assuming it's the beginning of the next year, and we resealed the blower. Get air-to-fuel ratio. Okay, it's 413. Yeah, it's leaner, but we're still in the safe spot, so that would be an okay change. Put it back to 95. Now I'm going to take my fuel pump and put that down to 12.5. Get air-to-fuel ratio. That's 416. So that's still, it's a little leaner due to fuel pump wears, but it's still fine. It's still safe. Put that back to 13. Okay, now I'm going to go and examine ram air, and I'm going to put 3 inches of mercury into there for this 180 mile an hour charge. Get air-to-fuel ratio. Okay, that's a 442. That's starting to get lean. But remember, we said at about a 490 is where we're banging the blower, so 442 is still lean. If this car ran low 170s before, after the air-to-fuel ratio is corrected, it's up there. It's going to be up in the 180 range or higher. So again, that's still starting to lean, but it's still on the safe side. If you include air-to-fuel ratio analysis with ram air, you can also start making changes to compensate for ram air as well. Okay, we're going to put the air back to where it was. Okay, coming back. Now we're going to examine for a minute what happens if we're going to go to a higher altitude track. Okay, I'm going to put 28 in here for barometer, and that would be a typical track that's a couple thousand feet in the air. That's showing us that we're fat. We're a little on the fat side. So let's come back down here, and I'm going to put a little bit bigger main bypass in it. Let's put a 140 in there. .396. I'm getting close to that 4:1 range. So you can see that using the calculator, we have a very robust setup if we stay in the same weather, but if we start moving around to different altitudes and stuff like that, a simple change to the main bypass can get us right back into that optimum combination. Thank you for your time.